What if there was nothing to do with cheating, scandal, or even the Super Bowl when Stefon Diggs and Cardi B abruptly went from being the talk of the internet? Behind the scenes, everything has to do with one individual. His mother is a dot. Yes, you heard correctly. Diggs' mother supposedly had a lot to say about the connection, according to rumors circulating on sports websites, celebrity forums, and a few suspiciously outspoken family members. The story behind this breakup may be far more complicated than anyone anticipated if those rumors are even partially accurate. What actually took place then? Did Diggs' family covertly put pressure on him to leave one of the biggest names in music? Did the close-knit Diggs family circle collide with Cardi B's extravagant superstar lifestyle? Or is this just another instance of how the internet can convert a small spark into a massive wildfire? Because timelines exploded, comment sections became detective headquarters, and everyone had a guess as soon as fans realized how far apart Diggs and Cardi were. However, insiders now speculate that Diggs' mother may have revealed the truth. And believe me, this story is going to get crazy if what others are claiming is even remotely true. Whispers can become earthquakes over the internet in an odd way. In one instant, everything appears to be in order. But in the next, timelines are on fire and everyone turns into detectives. And when the rumored relationship between Stefon Diggs and Cardi B started to exhibit severe flaws, that's exactly what started to happen. Suddenly, fans who had been observing every follow, like, and mysterious post noticed something new. The energy had changed. Snort's confusion had subtly replaced the exhilaration around the two. The notion that Cardi and Diggs were developing something significant had been circulating on the internet for weeks. It appeared as though two worlds were colliding in the most unexpected way possible due to photos, public appearances, and the never-ending whirlwind of internet rumors. K-Mondang made headlines. Cardi B, a Grammy-winning artist, dominated the charts and lived life to the fullest. Conversely, Stefon Diggs was one of the league's most explosive wide receivers, a guy whose discipline, attention, and athletic reputation had been meticulously developed over years of playing. Initially, the story was more thrilling because of the contrast. Unlikely partnerships are adored by fans. The NFL star and the hip-hop queen. The disciplined, high-pressure world of professional football collides with the glamorous lifestyle of a superstar. It sounded like it belonged in a Hollywood screenplay. Snorts it was a hit on social media. It was adored by gossip bloggers. Suddenly, even casual sports fans were paying attention to celebrity news that they would not have otherwise given a damn about. But then strange things began to happen. The initial hint was not overt. This is a missing appearance. There was a subtle shift on social media. Those who follow celebrities with an obsession. Relationships saw that the two weren't spending as much time together as they should have. Not a big breakup announcement. There was no violent altercation captured on camera. Just quiet. Silence is another thing that the internet despises. Because there is room for conjecture when there is stillness. The rumor mill began to run wild in a matter of hours. Some said that the true problem was career pressure. Others claimed that the lifestyle gap between a professional athlete and a worldwide music artist had finally caught up to them. Some fans even started bringing up Cardi's lengthy and well-publicized turbulent marriage to Offset, bringing up past romantic history. People didn't realize how important history was. Cardi and Offset had been in the public eye for years due to allegations of infidelity, breakups, public reconciliations, and heartfelt social media admissions. One of the most talked about celebrity love stories of the previous 10 years was their connection. People were therefore already observing with a mix of fascination and skepticism when Cardi's name began to be associated with Diggs. The notion was promptly embraced by certain fans. They thought Cardi needed a new beginning and that Diggs, a dedicated athlete, could provide her with stability. Some weren't as persuaded. Critics contended that the rigid schedules of an NFL career may easily collide with the volatility of celebrity tension. Amidst all of that chaos, a different theory started to subtly gain traction. It was not inspired by a headline. It was not the result of a public interview. Whispers were the source. The whisper implied that Diggs's close friend or relative felt strongly about the circumstance. Someone who had been observing everything from the sidelines. Someone who was not very delighted about the publicity around the rumored relationship was his mother, according to a few gossip forums and anonymous tips circulating around sports blogs. Now, it's crucial to comprehend certain facts about Stefon Diggs before the internet goes too far with that notion. He has a reputation for maintaining a somewhat discreet personal life throughout his career. Diggs has frequently attempted to keep his personal and professional lives apart, in contrast to many celebrities who frequently share every detail of their relationships on social media. However, privacy snorts becomes nearly impossible when you are associated with someone as well known as Cardi B. All of a sudden, every dinner makes headlines. Every social media exchange turns into proof, and every family viewpoint turns into a possible scandal. At that point, the rumors began to circulate. Fans started posing queries that resembled conspiracy theories. Was the relationship approved by Diggs' family? Was there conflict going on behind the scenes? Could Diggs Circle residents have felt uneasy due to the overwhelming media attention around Cardi's life? These questions seemed absurd at first. However, a few entertainment bloggers started bringing up an intriguing point. Members of Diggs' social circle were apparently concerned about the speed at which the romance rumors were spreading, according to anonymous people who claimed to be familiar with the issue. Not because Cardi B didn't succeed. There was no denying that portion. Through viral moments and music endorsements, she had amassed an empire. According to those sources, the instability that occasionally follows superstar stardom was the cause for anxiety. Cardi has never had a quiet existence. Her viral honesty, unvarnished attitude, and ability to make every moment entertaining were the keys to her climb to popularity. That's what fans adore about her. However, detractors frequently claim that the same intensity can result in constant drama. Imagine juggling one of the world's most physically demanding sports jobs with training, game preparation, and media obligations as an NFL player. Imagine accomplishing all of that while your personal life is being scrutinized daily by the entire internet. It's quite a bit. At that point, the narrative started to become convoluted. Fans observed something else at roughly the same time when family-related rumors were making the rounds. Diggs' and Cardi's internet communication appeared to drastically slow down. Posts that had previously generated conjecture abruptly vanished. Discussions ceased. It became uncommon to see them together. Some fans attempted to write it off as a coincidence. Some thought it was the start of the end. However, the internet wasn't done researching. In a matter of days, whole discussion threads that examined every potential hint emerged. Timelines of public appearances were compared. In interviews, they looked for small clues. They argued over whether the relationship had ever been as serious as rumors on the internet suggested. Then one theory started to take center stage in the discussion: the notion that Diggs' mom had intervened. To be clear, there was only conjecture based on a few sporadic remarks and anonymous assertions. There was no official declaration confirming it, no recorded interview, and no public altercation. However, the internet doesn't always require evidence to construct a narrative. Fans began speculating about what those private discussions would have been like. Some people thought Diggs' family just wanted him to continue concentrating on football. Others speculated that they might have been worried about Cardi's intense celebrity attention, because dating one of the most well-known musicians doesn't only improve your personal life. Your entire public persona is altered. All of a sudden, there are more headlines for every game you play. Every error is exaggerated. Every off-field incident makes headlines. That kind of attention may be both a benefit and a burden for an athlete attempting to save his career. And based on the rumors circulating on blogs and fan sites, Diggs' inner circle may have had significant discussions about those same worries. The speed at which the story developed is what makes the scenario even more intriguing. People were applauding the notion of a celebrity power couple at one point. In the next instant, they were discussing whether family pressure had silently put an end to everything before it had really started. Diggs and Cardi did not immediately go online to affirm or refute anything. More quiet, no public disputes or dramatic posts. And as the rumors continued to spread, fans began posing the issue that would soon take over the entire discussion. Did the relationship truly end? What precisely took place in the background? The breakup may have begun in a private conversation that no one outside of that circle was supposed to hear, rather than on social media, at a party, or in the midst of a scandal, if the rumors about Diggs' family involvement were even remotely true. And based on the most recent rumors making the rounds on sports forums and entertainment blogs, that discussion might have changed everything. Everything might have altered after that talk. At that point, the narrative takes an even crazier turn. Because people started asking about a completely other topic when the internet was preoccupied with discussing whether Stefon Diggs had discreetly ended the rumored connection. How did Cardi B feel about the whole situation? If there's one thing that fans are aware of about Cardi, it's that she rarely allows rumors to circulate about her life without responding. Her unvarnished honesty served as the foundation for her entire ascent to popularity. The world hears her when she is joyful. The world can hear her frustrations. She became one of the most amusing figures in music because of her unvarnished candor. People therefore anticipated a response when the rumors about Diggs' alleged family issues began to circulate. But once more, they were met with silence. The issues seemed even more enigmatic because of that stillness. In search of hints, fans began going through Cardi's social media posts, live stream videos, and interviews. Just subtle clues, not explicit declarations. Anything that could provide insight into her true thoughts behind the scenes, a joke here, a word there. Some onlookers thought Cardi just chose to disregard the rumors. After all, it would be tiresome to address each and every one of the celebrity rumors that surface practically every day. Others believed that because the lattice answers occasionally said nothing at all, her subdued approach might potentially hint at something more profound. At this moment, the online narrative began to diverge into two distinct groups. One group thought the story had been fabricated from the start. They said that a few exchanges had been turned into a full-fledged relationship by fans and bloggers, which may not have happened the way people had thought. From that angle, the alleged split wasn't particularly striking. It was only the conclusion of an exaggerated rumor cycle. However, another group thought that something even more intricate had taken place in the background. The timing of everything, the abrupt change in online interactions, the disappearance of some public moments, and, above all, the rumors regarding private discussions taking place within Diggs' familial circle were all cited by these admirers. These reports continued to circulate around discussion boards, comment channels, and celebrity gossip pages, despite the fact that they were still unproven. Belief that the story expanded as more individuals discussed it. Before long, the story was more than simply a rumored romance. It had turned into a discussion on familial influence, celebrity pressure, and the peculiar way public attention can influence private choices. A few sports pundits even started talking about the issue from a professional standpoint. High-level athletes are under tremendous pressure to maintain their professional focus. There is very little space for diversions when it comes to contracts, performance standards, and team duties. Training plans and mental preparation might be impacted when an athlete's personal life is included in a major entertainment plot. Some commentators think that leaving a high-profile celebrity scenario could have been a pragmatic choice rather than a dramatic split or a scandal. Not merely a decision to preserve long-term focus. Cardi supporters vigorously defended her at the same time. Many noted that associating her reputation with disorder or distraction overlooked the extraordinary discipline needed to advance her job. She didn't just happen to be successful. She put forth endless effort to build a worldwide music business out of viral popularity. From that vantage point, it seemed unjust that her mere presence might ruin someone's career. The discussion abruptly changed once more. Now, the rumored romance wasn't the only thing being examined online. It was discussing more significant issues like celebrity, reputation, and the speed at which public narratives may become stereotyped. Cardi and Diggs, however, carried on with their public lives without immediately responding to the rumors that were circulating. Diggs concentrated on football. His public persona was dominated by team duties, game preparation, and training reports. Cardi persisted in doing what she does best, performing, producing content, and entertaining her fans with her distinct personality. It didn't seem like either of them wanted to make a big media show out of the matter. However, the internet continued to speculate about what might have occurred behind closed doors despite snorts. Some fans imagined a polite discussion in which both parties acknowledged that their worlds were just too dissimilar. Others envisioned passionate conversations about priorities, expectations, and the unachievable balance between work and love. Naturally, the rumor concerning Diggs' mother continued to be the most intriguing aspect of the narrative because it seemed oddly relevant that a private family discussion could subtly affect a celebrity relationship. Snorts to outsiders observing. Family opinions can still have a significant impact, regardless of a person's level of fame. However, it is impossible to verify whether those rumored talks actually took place or precisely what was stated. How fans envision it. That is the peculiar fact of contemporary celebrity culture. Snorts millions of individuals observe every action, scrutinize every aspect, and construct complex justifications for circumstances they are unable to witness. Snorts occasionally, those justifications approach the truth. At times, they transform into something quite else. Furthermore, the true story in this instance might never be completely verified. This is what we do know. Diggs and Cardi's brief rumor storm demonstrated how easily curiosity can devolve into pandemonium on the internet. Millions of people are arguing the private choices of two persons who never formally revealed the narrative themselves after a few public moments and a few anonymous assertions. However, the curiosity persisted even as the conjecture gradually subsided. Fans continue to question whether there was more going on than anyone acknowledged in public. Did advice from relatives really matter? Did career priorities subtly change the relationship's course? Or was the whole story just another instance of how the internet uses bits and pieces of information to create a spectacular story? Those questions remain unanswered in the absence of concrete confirmation. Snorts. However, one thing is for sure. The collision of two strong universes. Stefon Diggs' intensively concentrated professional sports career and Cardi B's high-energy celebrity universe. It becomes impossible to avoid the spotlight. Additionally, when the focus becomes too intense, it may be best to leave the tale before it turns into something that neither party ever wanted. For everyone else seeing from the outside, only those directly involved know if that is precisely what transpired. One of the things that keeps the debate going is the mystery. Thus, the crucial question remains unanswered. What really transpired behind the scenes between Cardi B and Stefon Diggs? Was this a case when a significant decision was subtly influenced by family concerns? Or did the internet just use a few hints to create a massive mystery that didn't really exist in the first place? Because, let's face it, celebrity stories are no longer limited to headlines in today's society. They inhabit comment sections, fan theories, reaction videos, and never-ending online discussions. One rumor turns into 10 hypotheses, and before you know it, everyone on the internet is attempting to figure out a mystery that very few people truly comprehend. However, what are your thoughts? Do you think the Diggs family's alleged significant reservations about the relationship are true? Or do you believe that the entire narrative was just another instance of how social media can turn everyday life into a drama that goes viral? I'd like to hear your honest thoughts on this matter, so please share them in the comments. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned if you like deciphering the biggest celebrity mysteries and online drama. The next tale may be even more bizarre. Right, might be much more bizarre.